I caught my teenage son secretly teaching our elderly neighbor how to read. What I overheard changed how I see him forever. When Ryan turned 16, he became a typical teenager overnight. Bedroom door always closed, one-word answers, eyes permanently glued to his phone. The sweet boy who used to tell me everything seemed to vanish behind a wall of teenage angst and enjoy. His grades started slipping too. His English teacher called, concerned about missed assignments. When I confronted him, he just shrugged. It's fine, Mom, I've got it handled. But what really worried me was his sudden disappearing acts. 3 afternoons a week he'd vanish for 2 hours. When asked where he was going, he'd mutter just out or meeting friends. My mind went to dark places. Parrot, was he getting into trouble, drugs? A secret girlfriend? I tried not to overreact. I checked his room, nothing suspicious, and tracked his phone, just showing him at the park or the community center. Yesterday I decided to follow him. I felt terrible doing it, but maternal worry overrode my guilt. I watched him walk 4 blocks, turn left, and enter Mrs. Abernethy's house, her 83-year-old neighbor whose husband died last year. Mrs. Abernethy, I was confused, but relieved. Maybe he was helping with yard work or groceries. I approached quietly, not wanting to embarrass him if he was doing something kind. Through the open window, I heard their voices from the living room. Try this one again, Mrs. Remember, when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking to her, you. Ryan's voice was patient, encouraging per in a tone I hadn't heard from him in months. Now try this sentence. I peered through the window. My sullen teenager sat beside Mrs. Abernethy at her dining table, surrounded by elementary-level reading books. She wore reading glasses and concentrated intensely on the page. I can read this book by myself, she read haltingly, then looked up with pure joy. I did it. Ryan high-fived her. That's 5 new words today. You are getting faster? My Harold always wanted me to learn, she said softly. 57 years married and I was too embarrassed to tell him I couldn't read. I just memorized things, faked it. When the doctor gave him those medication instructions last year and I couldn't. Her voice broke. Ryan put his hand over hers. It wasn't your fault, Mrs. A, but he'd be so proud of you now. I stepped back from the window, tears streaming down my face. The English assignments he was missing. They were because he was creating reading materials for her. The hours on his phone researching adult literacy techniques. I walked home without confronting them. Some secrets deserve to be kept. This morning, I left a box outside Ryan's door. Parent new reading workbooks, literacy guides, and a gift card to the bookstore. The note simply said, "For your student, I am proud of you." At dinner, he finally told me about Mrs. Abernethy, how she'd confided in him when she gave him cookies and couldn't read the recipe, how he promised to help her learn in secret because she was ashamed. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. Some things aren't mine to tell, he said with a maturity that stunned me. And Mom, she can read an entire picture book now. I thought I was losing my sweet boy to adolescence, but he wasn't disappearing, Pernt. He was becoming someone even better than I imagined.